what I think are the top 5 hardest shots in golf. I've checked multiple sources. A lot of them have to do with shots where it's under pressure and there's a lot of people watching, like the first tee shot of a tournament. I'm gonna do strictly technical, if you're playing by yourself, hard golf shots. Shots that are just really hard to pull off. And all these 5 have been among the list of hardest golf shots. I want you guys to tell me what you think are your top 5 hardest golf shots, and if these 5 are in yours. I think that they're very difficult, so I think they will be. So here we go. The first one we're gonna do is a fried egg, probably the more common side of the top 5. Here we go. We're gonna hit 2 shots here. The fried egg is very common. It happens a lot. It's the kind of shot where you're hitting your approach shot, it's on line perfectly with the pin, but you're like a yard short of being on the green and it just plugs right in the front of the bunker. It's just so disappointing because it could have been a good shot. This is the shot that's like just, it's dreadful. You hate to see it happen. When you're on line with the pin and it lands right here and then sand's like piled over the ball, it's just so disappointing. It's like, to make this tougher as well, let's see how many yards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 6 yards of green to work with. So that's usually how fried eggs are, because like you're going for the pin and you end up like just a yard short of the green. We're gonna plug 2 balls, and also let me know, were these plugged enough? Were they plugged too much? Let me know. I'm gonna try and do my best to make it as accurate as possible. I think that's pretty accurate. That's the first one. All right. So what I do with the plug shot, and I feel like it is kind of how you feel you want the plug shot, but this is how I do it. I'm gonna take a 60 degree, and you could take a 54, you could take a 50 degree or a lower lofted club, but this hole is really close to where the ball is. So I'm taking a 60 to make sure that it doesn't run out too much. I know it will run out. If you hit it out of a plug lie and it's on the green, it's running out, it really will. But the key with this shot is to really compress, really close the face. You're hitting it as hard as you can, but kind of just like a smaller shot. So this is the kind of shot that you want to hit hard. When you hit that, you don't want to make sure it comes back into the bunker. You want to get it out. It's the most important part of this shot. Here we go, first try. Oh, that was perfect. So that definitely actually, as I hit that, I came back so much because of the slope. But the key with that shot that I hit there is I did not let up, even though it was coming back because of the slope. I just hit as hard as I can, and it's a smaller swing. It's not too big. It's not like out of a regular bunker where you want to hit it like a full flop shot, full. You kind of just want to hit this speed in the small swing. You want as much speed as possible. So here we go. Oh, that's towards the lip. A little more in there. This one's extra hard. I'm giving myself the hardest here. Ah, this is like plugged egg, not fried egg. All right, here we go. See, that was disappointing. That's what usually happens out of there, especially with this slope. I just got completely caught back. I didn't let up on it though. It could have been shorter. So 1 for 2 on that shot. The hard part about a fried egg is you really just don't know how it's gonna come out. You really don't. You want to do everything you can by putting speed on it and not letting up. But, you know, I could still putt that. I think I could still putt that. It's probably not par. You never know. It's not ideal. It's not where you want to be. It's kind of like... So that was fried egg. Basically, we're scoping out the course to find the top 5. I already have them in my head. I just want to see what's going to be the closest. So the next one I want to look for is the downhill chip, where the chip is basically above the pin, and it's just a hard shot because the pin and the green are below your feet, and it's just got a weird elevation to it. spot for two, actually, the one that I was gonna use next. First the downhill chip, but now the flop shot on a tight lie. This one's gonna be even tougher because now we have to go over a bunker. So it's gonna be tight lie over a bunker, and we're gonna have the shot downhill elevated spot to a green. So this is gonna be tough. First we're gonna do the elevated chip. I'm gonna grab a few clubs here. Probably grab 60, 50, 54. Gonna do it from up there. So it's not only gonna be elevated and downhill, but super long. This shot you could go two ways with. Already seeing how this shot is, you could go two ways with this. You could land it super high or like kind of mid and kind of bypass all this downhill, or you could let it run down there. So I'm actually gonna hit this one two different ways. I'm gonna do the high shot, mid shot, kind of like you're landing it close to the hole, and then the downhill, which you're gonna let it roll out. I'm trying to find the toughest spot here. This is gonna be, oh man, okay, right here. I think that's perfect. That's difficult. All right, so the first one I'm gonna go with, which I think is easier, is letting the ball roll. I'm gonna go pick out a landing spot. Landing spot's gonna be around here. This is my landing spot. I know that it takes off so much when the fairway meets the green. It just completely takes off and goes super downhill. So I want to let it kind of hit before the fairway meets the green to kind of let it out some steam, let it out a little bit, kind of stop it. So 50 degree. I'm going to be putting my wrist forward, back stance. I'm going to land it about like 15 yards ahead of me. And I'm really just gonna let it roll. And it's left to right a little bit, not as much as it seems from here, because that green is actually more like this and the pin's right in the middle, so that's perfect. Let it roll and hope for the best is basically what I'm gonna be doing. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. It's not horrible, it's just not too great. I should have stayed a little bit more left than that. I mean, it's not a bad shot. You still have a chance. All right, shot number two. I'm gonna hit the high shot here on a downhill lie. So it's really not gonna be like a flop shot or anything. And it's not gonna be super high. It's more of gonna be like, I'm gonna land it on the green. Is basically what I'm trying to do. My landing spot. Like here. Hopefully that is enough. Because I know also, I think that's a good spot because I also know that it's gonna be downhill already and you're off a downhill lie. All right, so I know with this shot, it's a downhill lie already and the green goes downhill. So to get it to spin is gonna be extremely hard. Instead of trying to get as much spin as possible super high, I'm gonna try instead hit a mid shot and land it like, kind of like 5 yards onto the green. I think the biggest thing is just not to be afraid, because you really got to hit a big swing with this. The good thing with this is that the worst case scenario is I'm long and there's a lot of green to work with in the back. So it's not like I'm in danger if I go long. Oh, that may be good. Oh no, we hit the collar. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I did have spin on that shot. That hit the collar and it still spun. You know what? Two not horrible shots, so they're good. You know, you have to keep in mind, these are top 5 hardest shots in golf. Like, that is totally okay. Another thing is course management. So you have to look at this hole. This hole is a par 5. If I'm in this spot, it's probably because I went for the green and I tried to reach the green, so that's for birdie. That's probably what's going on with this hole. So course management is very important to try and avoid these situations, but if it's a par 5 and you went for the green, like, you can't say anything bad about that. I got a birdie putt if that's where I am. So on to number 3, not in any particular order like I said before, but this one I feel like is much tougher. The third one is the tight lie flop shot. This shot is so difficult, and we've made it even harder. I am above the green. I've got an elevated shot here over a bunker, and after the bunker is all downhill on that green. So this is just a tough shot. Like, I don't know, this is hard. This has got to be a flop shot too, so I don't really even know how you'd get in this shot. Like, this is just so improbable and super hard. I got no words for this shot, actually. The way I would hit a flop shot here, I put it in the front stance, I open up the face, I put my wrist back, and I'm really focused on balancing my weight, a little bit more weight on the left foot, but mostly all balanced. And I'm swinging what I like to call out to in, which is kind of like a bunker shot, and I just slice under the ball. It's very hard, and I make sure, most importantly, there's always speed at the ball, max speed, do not let up on it. The most common reason for hitting a bad shot is, especially with the flop shot, is just by decelerating. So you gotta keep going. This is a hard shot. This is so hard. Oh, that got a good kick. That got a really good kick. That's a good shot. It's gonna be hard to top that with this shot. I could have hit it a little bit higher, but I got a good kick on that. All right, number 2. Oh, that's much better even. Oh, all right, I'm happy with that. Let's go. Those are 2 good shots. I want to get out of that spot. As you see here, these are the only 2 divots in the entire place, because I don't think that anyone's ever hit from here. This is such an unlikely shot to be in. Like, I don't know, there's literally no divots even over here. So I'm just guessing that like nobody gets in that spot. All right, so that's 3 out of the 5. We got 2 more left. So if I had to rank those 3 so far, I'd say that the last one we did, the flop shot, is the hardest. And then I'd say the fried egg, and then I'd say the downhill chip. And I feel like that one's gonna be the easiest out of all of them. But, I mean, it's still a hard shot, but it's just, I feel like those 2 are much harder. Notice how they're all short game so far, because it is just so hard because it's all feel. Short game is the hardest part of my game, at least. I think it's super, super difficult. This one is probably one of, I would say that it's definitely gonna be on your top 5. And if you didn't think of it now, it's probably because it's really an uncommon spot to be in, but it's definitely top 5 hardest. The 40 to 50 yard bunker shot. Is it a fairway bunker? Is it a greenside bunker? Honestly, I don't know. It's just hard. All right, we're gonna see. I think this one's in between 40 to 50. But this shot is it's so hard. It's like, and especially with that green, it's so difficult because you don't know how to hit it. Do you take a 9-iron and hit it like a greenside bunker by taking the sand out? Or do you hit it like a fairway bunker and just basically pick it off the sand? So that's 45 yards, in between perfectly. Okay, this shot, the way I'm gonna hit this shot, my 60 degree goes 75 yards. So this is 45. I'm gonna hit it just like I would hit the 45 yard shot out of the bunker. I mean, that's a hard shot to begin with, but out of a bunker, that makes it even more difficult. So I'm gonna hit like a three-quarter shot here, maybe a little bit less. And the most important thing I think here is I'm gonna try and compress it as much as possible. I'm gonna hit it like a fairway bunker, not like a greenside bunker. After that pin is all downhill green, a lot of green back there, but downhill, so you don't wanna be long, you wanna be short and right, not left, because it goes off the green left. So we're gonna try this shot. Honestly, this is just a hard one. They're all hard. Oh, that was it. That's not bad at all. I'll take that all day. All right, another one that's gonna be tough to beat off the first shot. All right, let's try and get better. I'm gonna try and get better shots than that. Probably took a little bit too much sand off of that one, but it could be a little bit less, but it's a good shot. I'd be happy with that anyways. Oh no, that turned out to be really good. Actually, very happy with those two. Thank you very much. That was, again, after these shots, I like want to run out of the spot because I don't want to hit another one. The first one, I took a little bit too much sand, but the second one I picked clean. I thought it was long gone, but it actually spun back because I think the compression causes so much spin, like on a regular fairway. In the bunker, it also causes spin. So it had the perfect amount of spin, spun back off that hill. I mean, these are two, this is a par 3, so if you're in that spot, that's not good. This is for par now. That is not par. Okay, that's not good either. That's 4. Last one, 5. All of them so far have been short game. This last one is not short game, so we're ending on one that's not short game, which is very unlikely for me because for me, the hardest shots in golf are short game. This last one is definitely top 5. I think it definitely is one for me. All right, so 175. This shot is not fun at all. It's just not. And even though I think the short game's harder, this is definitely part of the top 5. I mean, it's over water, but it's an island green. So really what it would be on the internet is a long iron over water. This is a long iron over water with howling wind and a bunker surrounding the green and the water surrounding the green. So it's like an island green, super narrow green where the flag is. So it's very difficult. But for me, I only have up to a 7-iron, and then I switch my 6-iron and 5-iron for a 7 hybrid and a 9 wood, if I'm right. So I don't have long irons. That's what I'm gonna have to hit. I'm gonna have to hit the 9 wood, which is like the equivalent to like a 5-iron for me. With this wind over the water and over the bunker, it's playing like 180, 185, 185 probably. The wind's coming with me, so 180, 185. I got the 9 wood. I'm gonna hit one shot for this. One shot, hopefully hit a good one. This is like, I'm not gonna do anything fancy with the shot, but if I were to, it'd be a little bit of a cut because the wind's coming like crosswind left to right with me. I just want to get this on the green, honestly, or at least over the water. This is just a tough shot. My aim is like at that left tree that's like all surrounded by palm trees. It's just like that little stubby one there, next to like the back bunker on the left. All right, here we go. Shot. I mean, it's not a bad shot. I'm over the water. It was a good shot. I thought the wind was honestly going to take it a lot more, so I kind of played it a little bit too left. I'd say I played it a little bit too left, and I pulled it a tiny bit because I thought that wind was going to catch it. I can't end on that. I cannot end on that shot. I can't end on the last one, so I'm going to hit a 4 hybrid because it didn't make it. So I'm changing clubs. I'm going to hit another one. Can't end on that. Going to go a little bit less left. Wind's kind of coming more at me now, so I went up a club. Rather be long than short here. Come back, come back, come back. I didn't see that one either. All right, so last one did not end the way I wanted it to. I think they're in the bunker. We'll have to see when we get up there. But I think they're in the bunker there. I thought that was gonna be one of the easier ones. It still was one of the easier ones, but I didn't do it as well as some of the other ones. So I would say ranking wise, the elevated chip was the easiest one. Then I'd say the fried egg. I'm gonna go fried egg. 4 is fried egg. 3 is this shot. Over water, long iron, kind of for me like 4 hybrid, 9 wood. And then And then number 2 is the flop shot. I'm gonna say flop shot for number 2. No, actually switching it. We're switching it up. Number 2 is the bunker shot from the mid fairway, and then the flop shot over tight lie. Even though I think the flop shot I did the best with, that's the toughest shot. So those are my top 5 hardest shots. Another recap: number 5, downhill chip. Number 4, fried egg. Number 3, long iron over water. Number 2, gonna go with the fairway bunker. Gonna go with the flop shot over tight lie, over bunker. Not very much green to work with. All very tough shots. Those are the top 5 hardest golf shots for me. Those are the top 5 hardest golf shots. And definitely let me know what your top 5 hardest golf shots are. List them down below. Let me know if any of these were in your top 5. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.